Have you ever wondered what would happen to your stuff, your kids, or even your pets if the unthinkable happened tomorrow? It's not a pleasant thought, but it's an important one. For the longest time, the idea of getting a will done felt like this massive, expensive, and complicated chore I kept pushing off. I knew I needed one. I have assets. I have loved ones. But the whole process just seemed overwhelming. Hiring a lawyer, multiple meetings, high fees. It was intimidating. I finally reached a point where I realized putting it off was actually more stressful than tackling it. I started looking for alternatives to the traditional route, something modern, affordable, and that I could do on my own time. That's when I discovered LegalZoom. Now, let me be clear, I'm not a lawyer and this isn't legal advice, but I'm going to walk you through exactly how I used LegalZoom to create my own legally binding last will and testament, and why it turned out to be the perfect fit for me. The first thing I did was navigate to LegalZoom's Will Services page. They make it quite clear what kind of documents they offer: wills, living wills, trusts, the whole 9 yards. I selected the last will and testament. The process is structured as a questionnaire, which is brilliant because it guides you step by step. They started with the basics: my name, my state of residence, and my marital status. This information is crucial because estate laws are state-specific. LegalZoom automatically adjusts the questions and the resulting document based on where you live. Next came the big decisions. Who do you want to be your executor? That's the person who will be responsible for managing your estate and making sure your wishes are carried out. Then, the important part, beneficiaries. This is where you specify who gets what. You can designate specific assets or just divide the remainder of your estate. They even prompt you for alternate beneficiaries, which is a smart safeguard. For me, the part that gave me the most peace of mind was the guardian nomination section. As a pet owner, I could specifically name a guardian for my furry friend and even allocate funds for their care. If you have minor children, this section is arguably the most critical part of the entire document. Once I finished answering all the questions, which took maybe 45 minutes of focus time, LegalZoom generated a draft of my document. I got to review it thoroughly. They even have an option to speak with an independent attorney if you want an extra layer of confidence, which I initially considered, but the document seemed so clear and comprehensive based on my answers. I made a few minor edits to the language using their interface, paid the fee, and within minutes, I had the final downloadable PDF. The final step, which is the most important and one LegalZoom stresses, is the execution. A will isn't valid just because you print it. You must follow your state's rules for signing and witnessing. For me, that meant signing it in front of 2 disinterested witnesses and having it notarized, a quick trip I made to my bank. Once that was done, I had a valid, binding will. The cost was a fraction of what I was quoted by local attorneys, and the whole thing was done on my couch at my pace. Took a stressful, daunting task and made it manageable and straightforward. Now I have that peace of mind. If you're in the same boat I highly recommend checking out an online service like LegalZoom. It demystifies the process and makes securing your future affordable and accessible. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.